guys, so today's check-in we're going to learn our hip car, right? So the movement pattern is fairly similar to all the other things that we've done. It's a big controlled circle, right? And this is me moving really fast, really loose. We're going to go over each of the ranges of motion. We're going to go through what to look for as well, and then try to do 3 reps in each direction and on each leg. So remember that in the past few days, we've been working on our spine. That means that we only have to really change direction, go in reverse, right? But now we have 2 limbs to work with, which means that I can move in one direction, move in the opposite direction, and then I have to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm doing this really fast just so that you get a sense of what I'm talking about. And something else that I want to talk about is pelvic compensation, right? Because when we're trying to get into our hip and really isolate and be strict, what happens a lot of the time is that our lumbar tries to help and our pelvic tilts come into play, right? So you want to be wary of if your C.A.R.s are looking like this, all this motion going on in the upper body, you want to try to stabilize that so it's really nice and controlled, right? So a lot of it is the work here that we're trying to shift. Anyway, we're going to go through our ranges of motion so you know what to look for at each point in the C.A.R.s, and then we're going to practice 3 reps in each direction on each leg. Ready? So you're going to need some wall space, some floor space for this. Just kind of do a little sweep around on each side, make sure you don't kick anything. What we're going to do is cross our legs. So we're actually starting with adduction, right? Because we're crossing the leg across the midline. From here, I'm going to bend my knee. I'm going to keep trying to reach my heel over to the side and lift my ankle up towards the ceiling as far as I can. And you'll see that the knee is also coming up with me, right? So it's bringing up the whole leg in this position. This is external rotation. Active external rotation means I'm taking my ankle up towards the ceiling this way. The knee is going down this way. Internal rotation looks like this, right? Where the ankle, the outside of the ankle is lifting up, knee is coming down this way. So let's start over. Adduction, bring it across. We're going to go for our external rotation. Now that we have that, we want to keep this rotation and try to bring the knee up towards our chest as much as we can. This is our hip flexion. Once you get this stuck, you can't flex up anymore. This is when you abduct or bring the leg away from your midline. This is usually where people go. Don't twist with the whole body, just bring the leg out to the side, still externally rotated. So the inside of the ankle is still reaching forward, right? From here, lift it up a little higher. Nice. This is where you internally rotate, when you can't bring your leg open like a door anymore. Take the outside of the ankle and try to lift it up towards the ceiling as much as you can. You'll see that the knee comes down a little bit. You want this. From here, keep the leg in this position, kick the heel back behind you. I'm kind of kicking the wall right now, but you know what I mean. Kick it back as far as you can. This is your hip extension, right? And now we're going to keep kicking back and bring the knees together. Yeah, and that's our full hip C.A.R.s. In reverse, it's the same thing. We're going to think of, again, actively kicking backwards, and I'll turn to the side at some point so you can see what's happening. Kicking behind, we're going to bring it out to the side, abduction. Bring it out to the side as far as you can without tilting the pelvis. From here, you're going to try to think of bringing the inside of the ankle forward. That's your active external rotation. It's going to give you some room to lift it up a little bit more for that hip flexion, right? While you're in this abduction, out to the side, you're going to lift up, try to bring the ankle forward a little bit more. And then you're going to bring the whole thing in front of you to cross the midline. Abduction, right? You're still trying to bring this up as high as you can, trying to bring the ankle up as high as you can for the rotation. Crossing over. And at this point, you can slowly start bringing it down and then straighten out. and we did 2 reps, right? So that was 1 going forward, 1 going backwards. We're gonna try to do 2 more in the same direction, on the same side rather, and then we're gonna go to the other side. Ready? We're gonna go a little faster. Hold on to this. This other arm can either just kind of be off to the side, close to your body, or holding onto something else, whatever helps you balance the most, right? So from here, we're gonna cross the body. Nice. Cross the body. Start bringing the ankle up towards the ceiling. Almost like you're tracing the outer edge of your other leg with the heel. From here, bring the knee up towards your face as high as you can. Keep lifting the ankle up. Nice. Bring the entire leg out to the side as much as you can without changing the rotation. Lift it up a little bit higher. Nice. Keep the knee where it is in space. Bring the outside of the ankle up towards the ceiling. Once you have that, drive the heel back behind you. So you're kind of donkey kicking whatever's behind you, right? Make sure the pelvis doesn't tilt, your whole body doesn't tilt. Really reaching, you should feel your booty working. Keep reaching as you slowly bring the knees together. And for this one, we're gonna go 2 reps in the same direction, right? So we're gonna bring it through. The knee's gonna come forward for that hip flexion. We're going to find our external rotation at the very bottom and our abduction, right? Crossing over, lifting the ankle up as high as we can. And once we have that, focus on the knee. Bring it up towards your chest as much as you can. Once you have this whole orientation of your leg moves out to the side for the abduction. Bring the knee up as high as you can. And then from here, take the outside of the ankle, bring it back. Nice. From here, kick, donkey kick. Now that we're internally rotated, we can find our hip extension and then bring the knees together. Nice. Then you can kind of shake out for a second. Remember, we're here again at our starting position. We have 2 reps to go around the other way. From here, we can start off the same way, weight off this foot. We're going to bend the knee. This time, we're going to donkey kick back first with the knees fairly close together, right? So now that we have this active kick back, we're going to bring it out to the side. Be careful not to do this. A lot of people will do this. Try not to do that. Make sure that you can't see your heel. If you're recording yourself the way that I am, make sure you can't see your heel. From here, you're going to start bringing the ankle forward, right? Once you start bringing it forward, there's room for you to bring the knee up. Bring the knee up. Keep bringing the ankle forward. From here, bring the whole thing across the body and then send it down. 1 more rep just like this. I know it's getting tiring. It's totally fine. We're going to bend, kick back, bring the leg out to the side as far as we can without tilting the pelvis. We're going to bring the ankle forward, bring the knee up, bring the ankle forward even more, bring the ankle across, nice, and then bring it down to meet our other leg. And you've done it, right? So it was a lot of work. You see that it's pretty difficult. We're going to try the same thing on the other side. I'm going to turn to the side this time so that you have a view of what's happening with the extension and we're not excessively hinging at the hips or leaning back or anything like that, right? So same thing, hold on to what you need to. I can be out to the side here, I can be here, whatever makes sense. And we're going to start off the same way. We're going to bring the leg forward a little bit, cross the body. From here, I'm going to bend the knee. Bring the ankle again across the body as far as you can. Bring it up for that external rotation. You'll notice that I'm not doing this. There's no bend in that knee, that standing knee. Bring the ankle up. Bring the knee up towards your face. Again, I'm not curling, right? With that standing leg. From here, I want to think of keeping my leg in this position as I turn out, right? At some point, I'm going to want to turn my body. Don't do that. just out to the side. You should feel your booty working. Lift the knee up a little higher. At this point, take the ankle, bring it up towards the ceiling. Nice. To internally rotate, and then drive it back. You see that hip extension? We're not going like this. We want to drive it back. Once you have that, keep it back as you bring the knees together. Awesome. We have 2 more just like this. Bring it forward. Bring the ankle across. Once you have that ankle across, reaching across the body, lift the ankle up towards the ceiling. Lift the knee up towards the ceiling. From here, bring it all out to the side. Once you've brought it all out to the side, internally rotate as much as you can without tilting the pelvis. Take your time here. Drive the heel back for your hip extension. Again, squeeze the booty, send the hip forward, knee backwards, and then bring the legs together. 1 more just like this. Almost done. Bring it across. Bring the ankle up. Bring the knee up for that hip flexion. Bring the knee out to the side. Once you have that, internally rotate. Bring the ankle up towards the ceiling. Drive the heel back. Bring the knee back. Bring the booty forward. Nice. Bring the knees together. And then you can rest for a second. We have to go in the opposite direction. Shake out your legs if you need to. And then we're going to do 3 more. Ready? So same positioning. I'll stay in this position so you can see the side. From here, back, right? Bend. Drive the heel back so you can bring your knee behind your pelvis. That's a good way to check if you're really in hip extension. Some people can't bring it back, but that effort of trying to bring the knee back behind the pelvis, behind the booty, activates your hip extension. So keep that in mind. We're here, drive it back, hip extension. Bring it out to the side. Now remember, you don't want the ankle to go like this immediately. You don't want to go like that. Hip extension, abduction. Bring it out to the side. From here, start bringing the ankle forward intentionally as a second step. Bring the knee up as high as you can, and then bring the ankle forward. And then bring the whole thing across the body. Straighten it out and kick it back. Bend. Kick. From here, out to the side, knee out to the side. Bring the ankle forward, bring the knee up. From here, ankle forward a little bit more. Bring the whole thing forward, as high as lifted as you can. Across the body until you can't anymore, straighten it out. 1 more, guys, almost done. Kick it back, bend the knee, bring it back, good. Find that hip extension, bring it out to the side. From here, bring the knee up, bring the ankle forward, bring the ankle forward even more, and then try to bring the entire thing across the body. As far as you can. When you get stuck, straighten it out and bring it back to neutral. And those are our hip C.A.R.s. Broke a sweat doing those. I hope you did too. As usual, if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments sections, or you can also email me if you feel more comfortable doing that. Congratulations on finishing week 1, by the way. We've made it through our first 5 days, and in those 5 days, as a recap, we've learned 3 breathwork patterns. We've learned 4 C.A.R.s so far, right? So we have our neck, we have our thoracic, we have our lumbar spine, and then we have our hips after today. So I hope that tomorrow, which is our day off, you'll take the time to practice each of those things, because on Sunday, we're going to come out with a class where we are actually practicing all of those things all in one go so that you can see how it really works out and how you can condense your practice, right? So anyway, hope you've enjoyed this first week. I will see you guys on Sunday. Have a great Friday.